Fancy meeting you here. Oh, just joking. Hi, my name is Janet. Janet Adams. I am I'm starting a podcast. Now, you know, podcasts are a dime a dozen these days. You can go to Spotify or iTunes or whatever and get any sort of podcast you want. This isn't really a podcast. This is just me talking. And I have been throwing this idea around for a while, but I just decided that my guest today was as good as any other day to just kind of start chatting with you. I don't have any purpose in doing this except I'm old and I'm grumpy and I'm a blonde. So go figure. Three things. I'm an old, grumpy blonde. I'm retired. I'm a retired lawyer. Um, I don't give out any legal advice anymore. So don't ask. I'm not giving it. Well, unless you're a friend, then I might help you a little bit. And so anyway, I don't listen to podcasts. So if you don't listen to this, I don't blame you because I think they're boring. And I think they're boring because, number one, they are way too long. I have the attention span of a little kid. Now that I'm old, my attention span is this big, that big. That's why when I do things, I tend to multitask because to me, I can't watch TV unless I'm doing something else. So, guess what I do? Yes, I crochet. I crochet. This, I'm working on a pot holder, or not a pot holder, oh my gosh, a coaster. I'm working on a coaster. That's the fourth one in a set of these that I've already made. See, this is a blue and a pink and a lime green, or a green, light green, something like that. And so whenever I'm doing, if I'm watching TV or whatever, I'm either playing cards online or I'm crocheting or I'm doing something else because I can't just sit and just watch without doing something else. So I just one day decided that I had this idea to just talk and, sometimes complain about what's going on, sometimes be happy about what's going on. Sometimes I find that it's just good to know that there's people out there that are struggling just like you. There's, we all have happy times and sad times. We all have stories to tell. We all have stories to tell. And I have a lot of stories to tell. I'm not going to bore you with all of my stories because then you really would not want to watch this at all. So, while I'm crocheting and trying to finish up this last coaster, I thought that I would share with you the first thing. Oh, see, I made a list. Made a list of things that I wanted to say on my very first podcast. Probably none of which I will say because I I see a lot of people that do podcasts and they stare right into their screens because what they're doing is they're reading their what they want to say. I don't want to have some forced um, outline as to what I'm going to say or how I'm going to say it or when I'm going to say it. I just want to share some of my stories with you, and you may like them and you may not. But I'm trying this out just just because. That's it. So, one of the ideas that I did have on my list of things was, you know, of a name. What do I call the name of my podcast? So I had the bored retiree. Yes, I'm retired. The ranting retiree, because people who know me, yeah, I can rant. I can rant big time. Here's another, never too old to learn. Respite for retirees. That almost makes me crack up. Just the old and grumpy blonde, and you can guess that that's what I've stuck with. The old and grumpy blonde, because that's me. Now, I'm not a natural blonde. People who've known me for a long time can attest to that. The other the other name I thought I would try or maybe think about was the three P's. Did you ever see on TV that commercial for Colonial Penn Life Insurance? Hi, I'm Jonathan Lawson, and these are the three P's: price, price, and price. I've heard that commercial so many times. Oh my gosh. So I was going to have a podcast called The Three P's: prayer, politics, and patriotism. I decided not to have that. You know, politics and religion are just the two things that when you go out, you don't talk about. But, but, this is my podcast. So I get to talk about whatever I want. You don't like it? Turn it off. I don't care. Anyway, so I have a list, and I had a list of things that I might want to say. But I thought if I'm going to be telling stories or, I don't want this to be long and boring. I mean, who wants to listen to me go on for 30 minutes? Nobody. But if I say something that helps brighten your day, or if I say something that irritates you, makes you grumpy, then perhaps I don't make any money off of this, so Lord knows I can really do whatever I want. But if I'm going to tout that I'm a blonde, I better tell a blonde joke, right? So here's my blonde joke for today. And this one's stupid, as most of them are. Why are blonde jokes so short? So brunettes can remember them. Now that's really funny because I'm naturally a brunette. But okay, how did I become a blonde? Oh boy, what a story. I was in law school. And one of my classmates dared me during Christmas break of our third year, I believe it was, to become a blonde. He says, oh, we were talking about blondes or whatever, and I said, yeah, I could do blonde. He goes, oh, you wouldn't. He goes, I dare you to come back from Christmas break as a blonde. So I did. And everybody was just like, and I haven't gone back. And the first time I looked at myself in the mirror, I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm a blonde. And I'm truly a blonde. I mean, you can look at my hair. It's blonde. It's not white or gray. It's blonde. And it's not easy to keep this beautiful lifestyle. So, anyway, on my list of things that I wanted to share today was one positive thing and one rant. And I'm going to start with the rant and then I'll end on something that's a little bit more positive. People need to slow down in their driving. People are driving way too fast in this town. Now, I don't live in a huge city, but I do live in a city. Ever since the pandemic hit, for some reason, because Idaho wasn't, I don't know, maybe it's because we're a conservative state, I don't know, but people just decided that they were going to move to Idaho. I don't know why. I have no idea. We have no place to live in this town anymore. Our roads aren't made for an influx of 20 more thousand people. I don't know how many people have moved to my county. I don't know. A lot. So my rant is slow down. Everybody is driving too fast in this town. Every time I turn on Facebook, the North Idaho News is saying, oh, there's a wreck on such and such a road. Oh, there's been a crash on such and such a road. Oh, there's a rollover on I-90, or it's ridiculous. People, slow down. You can get from the north side of this county, well, not the county, but the north side of town down to the lake in 30 minutes in rush hour. And our rush hour here lasts about 10 minutes. Well, it used to last 10 minutes. Now it lasts longer than that. But nobody needs to be in a hurry. Why is everybody in a hurry? So now, I'm talking to myself when I say this. Slow down, because I got a ticket the other day. Oh my gosh. So I was in a hurry, of course. And I mean, why do you get a ticket? You're in a hurry. But this is a blonde experience right here. Okay. I'm telling on myself. And it's kind of embarrassing because I went to, well, I consider myself to be a fairly smart person. So I'm in my house, and we had a little issue with a pipe bursting, and so we have these fans that the restoration people have brought in, make noise 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They've been going and going and going. So I was washing my hair the other day. Ooh, look at all these frizzies up here. And I got ready to dry my hair. So I turned on my hair dryer. Poof! The lights turned off, the blow dryer turned off. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I knew where the fuse box was. It's outside. But it was locked. I knew where the key was. So I got the key. Dripping wet hair, I go out. And I called my husband at work first. It's like, I don't know how to do this stuff. I've never tripped a circuit breaker in my life. So I go outside, I unlock the fuse box. I can't get the door open. I'm like pulling on this thing, and I'm like, why won't it open? It's got to be stuck. So off I go into the man shed. My husband's got a man shed. Turn on the light doesn't come on. So I get in his toolbox, I pull out 2 screwdrivers, a Phillips head. Are you shocked that I know what that is? And a regular head screwdriver. And I go outside in my dripping wet hair, and I try to pry open the door. It won't come open. Now I'm crying. I call my husband. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to be late for my exercise class, and I can't get my hair dried, and it's going to look horrible. And he's like, he didn't answer. Well, I talked to him later and told him that. But so I called my father-in-law. I said, well, I can't get this out. Told him the whole story. I'll come fix it. So in the meantime, my husband called me back because I had left him the message. He's like, Janet, he goes, can you just take your hair dryer and go plug it into one of the outlets in the kitchen? He said, those fans that are running in the other bathroom, they're all hooked to the same circuit breaker, and you just tripped it. And I'm like, well, I said, I went out there, I turned every circuit breaker off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. He said, well, did you, and then, he goes, well, I don't know what to say. And I said, well, your dad's on his way, so I hope he can fix it. But thanks for telling me I can go plug my hair dryer into another outlet. Now that's a blonde moment for you, right there. So anyway, I got my hair dried, but I was late. I was behind schedule. So, and I'm a co-instructor for my senior citizen exercise class that I go to. So I got in my car, I go out to the highway. Now, the highway that I turn on is called Government Way, and it's 25 miles an hour. So there was a car coming, and I mean, I wasn't pulling out in front of him by any means, but I wanted to get going, So I made a right turn, hit the accelerator, and looked in the rearview mirror to see that I was okay, and looked up in front, and there was a police car coming toward me. And as soon as he got to me, the lights came on. I was like, I looked down, and I went, "Whoops!" So I got a ticket for doing 38 in a 25-mile zone because I was in a hurry, because I was going to be late. And I thought later, when the officer stopped me, and he was very nice, and the morning I had was like, I said, "I'm really sorry." I said I was in a hurry, and I just don't have any excuse for what I did. So I got a ticket. And I learned a lesson because, a $90 fine, but I called the prosecutor's office, and they were very kind, and they said you can take a online class, and then, you won't have to pay for the ticket, and you don't get any points. So that's what I'm doing, taking an online drive safely class. I love bingo. I used to play bingo all the time too. Anyway, and I love coffee. There's no doubt about it. Anybody who knows me, no, I love my coffee. Now, aside from my crocheting, the other thing that I wanted to talk about today is one of my three P's: prayer, politics, and patriotism, or something like that, is patriotism. I I am very I consider myself to be very, very patriotic. I love America. I mean, I consider myself to be one of the luckiest people on earth because I was born here. And not everybody is born here. Growing up, oh, it was so different than what it is today. Nobody was ever in a hurry. People loved America. We went to the 4th of July fireworks. We said the Pledge of Allegiance every morning in class. We sang the national anthem. Nobody nobody knelt down when our national anthem was played. Come on. Come on, man. That was a Joe Biden. Oh my gosh. But patriotism, what happened to it? Why are so many people hate America? Don't you realize how lucky you are to live here? We're all privileged to be living here. Yeah, we're going through some really tough times right now. It's hard to be patriotic when you can't afford to put gas in your car or you can't afford to buy groceries. There's people in this town that can't afford a place to live. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And our people in government don't care. I mean, honestly, and I'm not, Republicans and Democrats alike, they don't care about you and they don't care about me. They care about feeding their own pockets. They don't care about us. You know, I mean, nobody cares. They don't care about veterans. They don't care about old people. I can tell you that because I am one. But I just want to say, God bless America. God bless our country. It's the best country in the world. There's no place like this. No place. I just hope that everybody will think about this country. I mean, people want to come and live here, but can you do it legally? You have to. Oh, that's a rant for another day, I think. So, anyway, I have just finished my coaster. This is the last stitch. Um, but, you know, if you don't like living here, please go somewhere else. It's really easy. I mean, most of you who don't like it are rich. So, you know, go somewhere else. There's really nothing keeping you here. And frankly, I'm tired of you bashing everybody, including me. Because when you bash somebody that thinks like I do and loves America, you're bashing me. So, anyway, this is me, Janet, and I'm old, grumpy, and a blonde. And I don't know if I'll ever do another one of these or not, but we'll have to wait and see. So, I hope you are having a great day or had a great day. Have a cup of joe on me. But I want to close with this because my one of my three P's was prayer. And so when I opened my devotion page for this morning, you know what the morning prayer was? This is really kind of funny. This comes from Psalms 71:9, and it says, "Cast me not off in the time of old age. Forsake me not when my strength faileth." Wow. Cast me not off in the time of old age. Forsake me not when my strength faileth. And my strength someday will fail. Anyway, God bless each and every one of you. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And Janet, you keep the faith. We'll talk soon. See ya. Bye.